All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh and Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. All right, double honors to our apostles, Elsgram, Millstone, and Shalom, Wakazal, Lahabakyar, which is peace and mercy to the elect. Throughout the four corners wherever you may be. I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland. Hold on real quick. Come back at you another video. Lord willing to be edifying. And this video is going to be going into how our people lack judgment. All right, and this video kind of stemmed from a few topics, but one of the main ones is like one of the main topics is like the thing that's happening pretty much amongst men and women. Like when go on the internet, you see a so-called gender war, which is pretty much men and women, going back and forth about their roles, and women saying what men should do and what they shouldn't do, and men saying what women should do and what they shouldn't do. Which all in all, women have no say so. I'll say that they have no say so, and they really shouldn't even be speaking. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of the church, where the church is pretty much where the nation of Israel is, in particular the men. But the men has to say so at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the thing too. Even with the men, they're supposed to be speaking based off the scriptures and not their own emotions or ways. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about that. If any man speak, he must do it as the oracles of Yahweh, of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? First Peter 4, I believe it's the 11th chapter. 11th verse. Anyway, man. The main reason for all this madness and BS is because they lack discernment, they lack judgment, they have no understanding, and this is the reason why you see this huge gender war amongst the world, but in our people in particular. You know what I'm saying? And amongst other things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is Proverbs chapter 2. I started from 1 because everything starts from the head, which are the males, the men of the nation. This is Proverbs 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so shalt thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart, which is your mind, to understanding." Right. So if you should take heed into what the scripture says, which is the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, and apply them, you know what I'm saying, you'll have understanding on how things are supposed to be ran, including your own life. You know what I'm saying? Your eating habits, relationships, you know what I'm saying, between a husband and wife, or parents and children, or brothers and sisters, or kin, tribes, you know what I'm saying, how you should interact with the earth, you know what I'm saying, even knowing your enemies and stuff like that, man. The whole 9 yards, man. But Jake just thinks, and the world at that matter, but like I said, the focus is on you niggas, you Israelites. Jake think they have the understanding figured out. You know what I'm saying? When in all actuality, you don't. You know what I'm saying? They trying to reinvent the wheel, as the old saying goes. And so this is verse 3. It says, "Yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding," which Jake ain't doing. It says, "If thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures," another thing Jake is not doing, "then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh." So if you was to diligently seek and search for Yahweh Shem Shah and his wisdom, then you will understand why it's important and imperative to fear Yahweh Shem Shah. And you'll understand the knowledge of what he's giving you. And like I said, this is the reason why Jake is in a complete degenerate state. They just don't understand nothing. You know what I'm saying? The average Israelite man or woman you run across, man, they are complete coons, buffoons, you know what I'm saying, and just void of understanding and have no wisdom, no skill set. You know what I'm saying? Just they just deserve death, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 6, it says, "For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding." All right. It says, "He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly." Right? So the Lord will be a buckler, is pretty much a protection. You know what I'm saying? If you are truly sincere by Yahweh Shem Shah, he's going to make sure he protects you. You know what I'm saying? He says he keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. So judgment is being preserved, and that path has always been there. It's just they wandered off the path of judgment, and now they're doing their own thing, which you see where that got them. or where it's getting them, should I say. You know what I'm saying? It's just complete madness. It says, verse 9, it says, then shalt thou understand wisdom. It's like, then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. So when you, I just want to bring this out too. When you actually read it from, let me see, when you read verse 6 and 7, and then actually jump down to 9, it says, so when it talks about, it says about the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? If you was the shit, actually all the verses I just read, you know what I'm saying? So if you use to hearken unto the wisdom and take heed and listen, and verse 9 kicks in. It says, then shalt thou understand wisdom, then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. The reason why they're not understanding judgment and righteousness and equity and fairness. The reason why they're not understanding the way of Yahweh Shema Shah, because they're not following it. Therefore, you like the judgment, you like the understanding of why things are happening around you. You know what I'm saying? And this is why the men of the Lord is out there. So we can give you the correction that you're desiring and yearning for. Micah chapter 3 and 1. It says, it says, and I said, here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, right? The heads of Jacob, right? Or who? The men. You know what I'm saying? They're the men of the nation of Israel. All right, and then the Lord is only dealing with a elect portion out of that out of the whole nation, right? It says, and ye princes of the house of Israel. It says, is it not for you to know judgment? Right. So that's the question that's being posed. Is it not for you to know judgment, O ye heads of Jacob? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to know and understand, what the Lord desires from you and what he wants. You're supposed to be able to pick up on things in the spirit, man. But Jake is completely void of that understanding, void of judgment, void of salvation. That's why the scriptures say in actually the next chapter in Jeremiah 6, towards the end, the Lord, pretty much referred to Jake as reprobate silver, which is void of understanding, void of judgment, void of salvation. This is Jeremiah 5 and um I started 3, and I've been reading. I'm late, as of right now. I'm actually just going back over the book of Jeremiah, and that's been the book of Jeremiah been coming on a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand how Jeremiah felt about Israel, he was passionate about teaching, and you know what I'm saying, and edifying Jake, and eventually just like all of us, you come to the conclusion that it's the hell with these niggas. Not that he still wasn't passionate about teaching and stuff like that and edifying, but he came to the conclusion that these niggas, they gotta go. So this is Jeremiah 5:3. It says, "O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth, which they are?" That's a question being posed. It says, "Thou hast stricken them." It says, "But they have not grieved." You know what I'm saying? But the Lord has corrected you. You know what I'm saying? But you have not grieved. You have not lamented. You have not repented. You know what I'm saying? That pieces up with Isaiah the first chapter, verse like 3-5 or 3-6. It says, "Thou hast consumed them." It says, "But they have refused to receive correction. Thou hast made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return." And for that action or those actions, because you refuse to return, because you refuse to receive correction, and you pretty much double down on your wickedness, and you didn't want to take heed into the truth, the Lord is He's going to correct you with what harsh measures. It's verse 4. It says, "Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their God." Man, so that's the point right there, man. They, Jake is likened unto a foolish nation as of right now. The vast majority of them. That's the reason why he's going to save a remnant. And you know what I'm saying? Then it says, "For they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their God." And that's the reason why they're walking around blinded. They don't understand how life is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? How things are supposed to be according to scriptures. They're just they're in darkness. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why you have to just leave Jake alone. You know what I'm saying? We prophesy to who the Lord wants us to prophesy to, but at the end of the day, if they don't receive it, forgive me. If they don't receive it, man, hey, it's not our problem, man. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom and a Bible ball.